Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ecom Dispensary. Me and the Scott Man are back after a bit of a hiatus. It's been a little while since we recorded one of these. Obviously, you guys haven't really had any sort of break. Because, we're putting them out every week. But Scotty was on a bender over in Spain, and he is back. And we are excited. We're excited to be here. We hope you guys share the excitement. Scotty, how's Spain, man? I didn't even talk to you about this off air, so I'm kind of curious.
Spain was all right. Spain was pretty cool. They're super gay with the COVID stuff, doing lockdowns and restrictions. It's like we had a 1 a.m. curfew in two of the places I went, which was not fun. But lots of drinking, lots of eating, good weather, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And what you American fellas, you non-international people do not know is that on European beaches, going topless is pretty common, and it's a wonderful thing.
What makes you think I didn't know that? I think that's pretty common knowledge, actually. Although I do think
most people think you knew that because I've told you, but most people don't know that.
People think people that's the thing. Like, people talk about that, but I feel like people think it's like one or two beaches in France or something.
People think it's the nudist beaches, but it's every beach.
Yeah. So yeah. You got to see some tatas?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
You looked away every time you saw it. You looked away immediately because that's just inappropriate.
Obviously,
Scott Man would never be looking at the tatas. Okay. Well, all that aside, I'm glad you had a good time. We have some exciting stuff this week, guys. I know that I guess this was probably like 2 or 3 knowledge drops ago, maybe 3 knowledge drops ago. We made an episode talking about how we had potentially fixed the iOS 14 and Facebook ads tracking issue. Now, we don't do this often, so I don't even know if I should apologize for this, but I think we might have led you guys astray a little bit. We thought that it was working. It turns out that it was basically just double tracking everything. So it made whatever that solution was, it made it look like it was fixing the tracking, but in reality, it was just double tracking the sales that it was tracking, and it was not tracking the rest of them. So that solution didn't work. And we've been kind of quiet about it because we have been waiting to talk about this until we've actually found a solution that we believe works. And this solution that we're about to tell you about in this episode, we've been doing it for we've been using it for about 2 weeks. Is that correct, Scott Man?
Definitely longer than 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. Actually, I have the number right in front of me. We've been doing it for 3 weeks.
For 3 gosh darn weeks.
Which is a lot longer than the 2 days we did the last solution.
Yeah, last time we were just excited and we thought that we fixed it, so we wanted to get it out to everyone, let you guys know, because obviously, you guys being the ecom dispenserites, we want to make sure that you guys are up to date with everything that we know, especially with something as important as this with the iOS 14 and the Facebook ads tracking issue. It's kind of a freaking huge deal. But this time we did our due diligence, and while we can't say for sure, I can't absolutely guarantee that this is going to work for you because the whole thing n=1. This is a small sample size. It's literally just like our brand. I think, Scotty, we're getting this set up on your brand and on our other store. Is that correct? We're going to test that out as well.
Well, if the guy from their team ever responds to me, then yes, we will.
Okay.
It's kind of messed up. You can't sign up for the platform. You have to contact them, and then they'll get you set up with an account, which worked great the first time. Did not seem to work the second time. Just kind of weird.
So. Well, hopefully he'll get back to us. Hopefully he gets back to all you guys who end up hitting him up after this, or whoever you end up hitting up from this company. But yeah, so far it's been pretty solid. We basically think that we found the solution, at least in the short term, to this whole iOS 14 Facebook ads tracking issue with Facebook not tracking a lot of purchases. I think we were seeing less than 50% of purchases tracked, which is obviously a huge deal. If you don't know where your sales are coming from, you don't know which ads are performing, you don't know which ad sets to keep running, to shut off, to scale, etc. So without further ado, I'll let you take it away, Scott Man. What is this solution? What is the name of the software? What's the rundown?
Okay, so there's a third-party tracking app, which is called FormSable. We'll probably include a link somewhere.
Do they have an affiliate program? We should get that. We should get that affiliate bucks.
Yeah, we certainly should.
Well, maybe but anyway, link in there. But either way, FormSable, FormSable.
Yep. And what it does is it connects to the Facebook Conversions API, and it sends front end and server side tracking info to the Facebook API. Now, you probably don't know what that means, and I don't
even know what
either.
that means.
But yeah, this is kind of the problem. The stuff like I've read articles about front end tracking, server side tracking. I don't really understand it. I don't really care to understand it. It seems to be working. I don't know how much better this is actually going to be compared to. I've seen people talk about how you can send conversion info to Facebook via Zapier. I don't know how much better what we're doing is. I don't know if it's more expensive, less expensive. Again, when we say we've found the solution, we've really found a solution. But the thing is, we have found a solution that seems to be working for us. So as long as this appears to be working for us, we're not going to be fucking around and trying other solutions. So this is kind of like a black or white thing. If it's working, there's no need to test other potential solutions. So the cool thing about this is it actually reports straight into Facebook. So for managing ads, nothing really changes to what you were used to before before iOS 14. You're going to see more of your purchases in Facebook, and you're just going to make decisions in Facebook as per usual. In the past, or like before we started using this app, we started implementing UTM tracking, and we were trying to use Google Analytics to figure out which ad sets, which ads were bringing in sales. It was just a huge pain in the ass to go back and forth between Google Analytics and Facebook, because in Google Analytics you see the conversion data, in Facebook you see the spend data, but there's no place where you see both. And with this solution, it sends the info straight to Facebook, and then it's all displayed in the Facebook Ads Manager like you're used to, and you can just look at the Ads Manager and make decisions based off of that. So really, you log into this app once, set it up, and then never touch it again.
That sounds like a great pitch for the app. I like it. So I don't know if you have the numbers offhand, Scotty. Do you know what kind of tracking numbers we're looking at right now on our brand using this software?
I don't have the numbers on hand, but we're up to like 80 to 85, I believe.
And that's from like 40.
That's from like 45 to 50-ish.
Yeah. So pretty dramatic change. I mean, kind of an absolute game changer. Is there anything else? Like, what do people need to know in order to start looking into this and get this set up themselves?
So the one thing that I think you need to keep in mind so that you don't make bad decisions is that, you know how we were telling people, hey, if only 50% of your purchases are tracking, as in Shopify says you had 10 sales, Facebook says you had 5, you essentially need to manage ads as if each ad set got twice as many purchases. You have to keep an eye on this number of tracked purchases versus total purchases when you implement form stable, because your results are going to look a lot better instantly without necessarily results having improved. So if before like a 1.2 ROAS was great because it actually means a 2.4, if you suddenly are tracking 80 or 90% of purchases, a 1.2 now sucks because a 1.2 is actually a 1.3 or 4 or whatever it is. So you want to make sure that you're aware of what is the percentage of your total purchases that are getting tracked and attributed in Facebook, and that you're accounting for that when you're making decisions and looking at your ad account. Because otherwise you're going to think results are great, but your P&L isn't really going to reflect that.
Okay. I think that's some good advice. So how does the whole software work? Like, it's not like a Shopify app, is it?
No, it's not a Shopify app. It's on their own site. You hook up the domain, add like a couple tracking codes in the head, in the checkout.
In Shopify?
Yeah, you add the codes into Shopify like you do with any other tracking app,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to connect to Facebook. There's a couple different options. You can, I believe, connect to an ad account, or you can connect to a pixel. We did pixel, which was really cool because we have multiple ad accounts, and I wasn't sure how that was going to work. But since they all use the same pixel, we just connect that one pixel, and it seems to be working across ad accounts.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby. So that's about it. I mean, you basically, you go to their website, you got to contact someone, and then they give you the instructions for how to set it up and stuff, and you talk to whoever your, I guess, account manager or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's pretty straightforward to set up, pretty complicated to understand.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I hope this ends up working for you guys listening to this. If it works, I mean, I'm excited to hear. Like, I want to hear from you guys in Telegram, which, you know, how this works out for you, because obviously we're working from a small sample size, and if this is something that works for everyone, then that would be huge. I mean, I don't know what the deal with this company is, if they existed before, if they're a new company that just popped up to solve this problem, or what it is, but
I think they've been around for a while, but they've certainly seen an influx of customers, put it that way.
yeah, that's probably why no one's getting back to you. They're probably swamped.
Ain't gonna get better after hundreds of thousands of dispensary listeners join.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands. That'd be nice.
Got to make sure I get the new account set up by the time this goes out.
What do you mean the new account?
The new accounts I'm trying to set up with them for our different brands.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. Is there anything else to add here? It's obviously this is a pretty short episode. We just wanted to tell you guys about the solution that we found. Is there anything else that people need to know?
I don't think so. If it turns out this doesn't actually work and it's just double tracking, please do let us know.
Yeah, definitely let us know.
It's going to be easier for someone who gets like one sale a day, because then it's going to be really fucking clear. So yeah, it's pretty expensive. If you're getting one sale a day, probably not worth it.
Yeah, how much is it?
I want to say it's like $250, $300 a month.
Soft
pricing. I don't know. Starts at $50 a month, so I guess that's annual. So $60 a month, and then who the fuck knows?
Gotcha. Well, I mean, for anyone doing any sort of decent volume, if it is able to do the things that we've seen it do for us, then that is obviously very, very much worth it. And again, guys, like this whole thing with iOS 14 and the Facebook ads tracking issues, you know, this is something that we're dealing with ourselves. Like, this is a whole new ballgame. This is something that is, you know, we're just navigating this the best that we can, just like you guys are. And this is what we've found that seems to be working. So give it a shot. Hopefully it works for you. We're not being paid by this company yet. Maybe we should be. Maybe we should hit them up and be like, hey, let's get it cut. But we're just doing this out of the kindness of our hearts, and because we want you guys to win. We want you guys to make some money. So hopefully this helps. And I think that'll do it for this one. We'll talk to you guys in the next one.